Here we go, everybody. There I am. Hi, Carson Meredith with you. It is 6:50 on this Sunday night, August 25th. It's hot. That's all you need to know. No, I'm kidding. That is, of course, the big storyline as we head into this new work week is the intense heat. The hottest days of 2024 so far are upon us. May have 3 days in a row. Upper 90s, maybe 100. It's still on the table, guys. In fact, I had to bump up those high temperatures in our forecast update this evening. So we'll talk about the heat. I'll give you an update on our storm chances for later on this week. And we'll discuss when the 80s make a comeback. Not the decade, but the temperatures. Not too far away. Who's watching tonight? G-Bro's watching on YouTube from South Bend, Indiana. DJ King's watching in Jennings County. Angela says hello. Got the lawn mowed. Hopefully the heat will slow down its growth during this heat wave. Yeah, that'll definitely happen, Angela, for sure. So much so that I'm afraid we're going to be diving back into a drought here pretty shortly. So that is something that will be a big talker as we get into September. All right. One last time, let's show you the live view of the State Fair. We wrap things up for Fair 2024. Did you guys get to go enjoy it? I was out there a couple of days, the nice days, thankfully, Monday and Tuesday. It was good. I haven't been to the fair in 10 years. So it was good to be back. The rides, I think, are open until 10 o'clock tonight. So if you want to get one last dose of fair fun, head on out there. Got a few more hours of the outside stuff. The inside stuff's done. All right, that's the live view of E-Town tonight on the SkyTrack camera. Kind of a hazy summer day, classic this time of year. Something that I've talked about a lot today is the air quality. It's okay right now, but we have gone so long now without any rain, guys. We've gone 9 days in a row here in Louisville without any measurable rain. We kind of, we had all those storms last weekend. A lot of them missed Louisville. So when you factor that in, it's getting crazy hot, the hottest this year. All these pollutants are starting to build up, and they really can't go anywhere because of this high pressure over us. So we're going to likely have some air quality alerts coming out this week. When? Hard to say. But if you struggle with respiratory issues, asthma, COPD, those kind of things. And if you have allergy concerns as well, just might want to take it easy outside in the days to come until we can get all these pollutants out of here. Here in Louisville, current temperature is 92. Pardon me. And the dew point is 58. That dew point's our friend, guys. I'm telling you, if we had that dew point in the 70s, we'd have a heat index in the triple digits right now. But thankfully, we do not. And for the most part, that humidity is going to stay in check all week. But of course, the problem is, as we heat up those actual air temperatures, it's going to feel hotter anyways. But that's the reason why we're not really looking at day after day after day of heat advisories or heat warnings at this point. So 92 is where we are at here in Louisville. Across the rest of the Commonwealth, we've got mid to upper 80s. 86 is the number of the day in Bullitt, Adair, and Shelby County. And it's 88 in Franklin County. Very similar day today compared to Saturday. Those cumulus clouds bubbled up during the heat of the afternoon. And as we slowly cool things down, those clouds will dissipate. So that'll give way to clear skies overnight tonight. The almanac, by the way, we hit 94, which was our forecast. 6 degrees above average, 6 degrees below the record of 100, which was set back in the 40s. We're going to be knocking on the door of a lot of records this week. Those 3 days I mentioned out of the gate, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those are the days the records are at most risk, if you will, as we get close to that century mark. How about the number of days in the 90s? I've had a couple people ask me that this weekend. Counting today, so including today, Louisville has had 41 days with highs in the 90s this year. If that seems like a lot, that's because it is. Quite a bit, actually. Compared to this time a year ago, We only had 25 days in the 90s. So we are way north of that mark from last year. The record of 55 days in the 90s set back in 2010, that's safe. I can be fairly confident saying that at this point. We might have a little heat wave in the end of September. You never know. But it's definitely been a warmer summer than normal around here. That no question about that. Let's see. Oma Crafts and Budget says hello from Bartstown on YouTube. Julie says hello. Pedro says greetings from E-Town. Michael says sure is going to be hot. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Jesus says good evening. Everybody in Wave Country, the yuck in the air makes the moon blood red when it first rises on the horizon. Yeah, kind of that little reddish hint from that moon. That'll definitely be the case for a bit. Charles says hello from Irvington down there in Breckenridge County, and Ralph watching out towards Lexington and Nicholasville. Okay, 41 days in the 90s so far. We are going to add at least 5 more days to that count. Maybe another day or two after that as well. So let's just remind you one more time. I'm gonna show you this graphic every day from here on out because I can't wait. 28 days until the autumnal equinox. 4 weeks from today is the official start of fall. Hang in there, friends. We're almost there. Tonight, mostly clear. There could be some patchy fog, though, especially if you live outside of the city. We've got clear skies and a calm wind, a little bit of moisture in the air with some of that humidity. So I can't rule out some very isolated fog. It would likely be the lower valleys, the waterways near the creeks and rivers, things like that. So just give you a heads up on that. Shouldn't be a major concern tomorrow morning, but I can't rule it out. 70 here in the city overnight tonight, 60s elsewhere. Here's your high temperatures for tomorrow with the heat index. Low 90s in the suburbs. 92 in Corydon tomorrow, 93 in LaGrange, 92 in Bartstown. Here in Louisville, that heat island, you guys know how the heat island works around here. Will be several degrees warmer here in the city because of it, with a high of 96. Again, the humidity isn't awful. That's really going to keep the heat index in check all week. It'll keep the heat index close to that actual temperature. Having said that, actual temperatures keep on climbing. That heat index will too. So here in Louisville tomorrow, I think we could see that heat index as high as 98. If you live outside of Louisville, that heat index could get as high as 94 or 95 degrees. So a hot day tomorrow. Is it extreme, intense heat? Not quite, but it's still the kind of heat that you don't want to mess with. Make sure you take it easy outside. And please take care of your pets. Please, 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 please. I was coming home today from my morning shift, having my lunch break and a nap break, and I saw all these dogs out. It was 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. It was already in the mid-80s, full sunlight. Watch those paws on that concrete and asphalt. Don't want those paws to get hurt. So that's my PSA. Got to take care of the pups. The hottest days of 2024 are ahead. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 98 on Tuesday. And I have bumped up the forecast highs for Wednesday and Thursday to 99. I was very tempted to go 100, guys, but what gave me a little bit of pause is that we may have some rain chances to talk about by the middle part of the week. So, of course, we have those rain chances verify. We get some showers and storms around here. It would be a little more tricky to actually hit that century mark. But look, this is going to be that intense heat. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those will be the worst days of this heat wave. The humidity stays in the same range that it is now. So that would mean that our heat index would fall below heat advisory criteria. Whenever you get a heat advisory, that's when the heat index could be at or above 105. But for the time being, that heat index looks like it's going to peak between 101 and 102 for the middle part of this week. This is still heat you don't want to mess with, guys. Still take it easy. Take care of your pets, check the back seat, check on loved ones, and make sure the AC is working as well. Back to the comments we go. A couple more folks chiming in. David's watching from Sellersburg. Hello, sir. Hope all is well up there in Sellersburg. Ashley says, it felt so good leaving work last night. Now it's going to be so hot. That's another good thing, Ashley, about the humidity being bearable, is it does give you some relief during the overnight hours. A lot of times we get these intense summer heat waves. There's just not much of a cool down overnight. That's another thing that's different with this heat wave. We'll have those temperatures drop nicely into the 60s and low 70s each night. And that should give us a little bit of relief from the worst of that heat each and every afternoon. So again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the hottest days of the year, 98 and 99. Could we get to 100 in Louisville? Yes, we definitely could, especially Wednesday and Thursday. But it will all come down to the storm chances. And this has been very wishy-washy this weekend. Very wishy-washy. Big picture setup is you're going to have a stalled out frontal boundary, a very weak frontal boundary too, to our north. It's going to try to move south as we go through the day on Wednesday, but it's not going to move south much. It'll likely wash out, in fact. So that's why we won't see much heat relief on Wednesday. However, there's the potential, at least, for a couple of things. One, classic garden variety isolated pop-up storms that kind of get set off by that disturbance in the atmosphere. Or, and this is what the European model has been showing quite a bit this weekend, and going back to last week too, these potential clusters of storms that try to make it to wave country from the north and the west. As you guys know, these storm clusters are very, very tough to nail down when it comes to timing. So that's why our rain chances for Wednesday are low for the time being. It's not a guarantee these clusters get here or they even develop. But it's still something we'll watch as we go through the day on Wednesday, possibly into Thursday as well. So that's why we have 20% storm chances for Wednesday and Thursday. And that's why I have a little pause from pushing those high temperatures into the triple digits. So if we don't see those storm clusters, if we don't see an increase in cloud cover, we're going to be hitting 100 in Louisville Wednesday and Thursday. But if we have more cloud cover, which I think we will, even if we don't see storms, and if we have more storms to go with that cloud cover, then we're going to be talking about upper 90s instead. We haven't had 100-degree temperatures in Louisville in a couple of years. Usually happens maybe once a summer, once a year. Some years get skipped, of course, but yeah, it's been since 2022. So it's been a couple years. So that's the first thing we're watching with the storm chances. Wednesday, Thursday, storm clusters to our north may try to make it south to I-64. We'll keep an eye on it. Chances low. We get towards Friday and Saturday. That's when that stronger cold front moves in, giving us a better chance for showers and storms. This will be for both Friday and Saturday. There's still not a lot of moisture with this cold front as it moves through. So that's why the rain chances stay in the 30% range for the time being. The timing has become a little clearer today. It looks like the bulk of the front moves through on Friday, or the greatest storm chances would likely be Friday afternoon and evening. And then it slowly pushes to the south and east, but it's still slow enough that we got to keep the storm chances around into Saturday, especially across Kentucky. So that's the general timing at this point. Now, the question is, how far? Well, there's two questions that we still have to answer. One, how far south does the cold front go? Where does it stall out? Because that would ultimately decide if we have to keep the storm chances around for the rest of your Labor Day weekend, but also, when do we cool down? And the models are struggling with that a little bit. It looks like, though, by Sunday, so 1 week from tonight, and into Labor Day on Monday, we will be back in the 80s. So that's when we'll see the cool down, about a week from now. Sounds like forever. I know we got to get through some really doggone hot days coming up. But the holiday weekend is not a lost cause. If you got plans earlier in the weekend, maybe you're traveling Friday afternoon, Friday night, heading out of town for the weekend, be on the lookout for scattered storms. Have the Wave Weather app handy. And also, just plan on a little extra time with those storms around. Saturday, if you have any plans, could still be a few storms, especially in Kentucky. Sunday and Monday look to be the picks of the holiday weekend at this point. Not only does it get cooler, that is, but it also will also be drier for Sunday and Monday. More comments. Donnie's watching in DuBois, Indiana. Nancy says, I could deal with the heat, just not the humidity. I get it. I agree, Nancy. I'm with you. And that's what's going to help us out a lot in the week ahead. All right, here comes your 10-day earliest alert. I'll keep it brief tonight because it's a pretty straightforward forecast at this point. Just some little bumps in the road we got to watch. It's really daggone hot all week. So take it easy outside. 96 tomorrow, 98 Tuesday, 99 Wednesday and Thursday. But if it becomes clear that those storm chances are lower for those 2 days, I would not rule out seeing those high temperatures get bumped up again to 100. That is something we will watch. And of course, we'll watch that cold front by Friday and Saturday, which should hopefully drop us back into the 80s, not just for part of Labor Day weekend, but into the first week of September. Looks like we could have another nice taste of cooler weather as we all come back from the Labor Day holiday and kick off meteorological fall, which begins September 1st. So those little tastes of fall are becoming a little bit more frequent as we wind down August, and I'm ready for it. Any last minute comments, thoughts, questions, concerns before we wrap things up tonight? We appreciate you guys watching as always. I will be back on TV on Wave News at 11. I believe we have a preseason NFL game tonight, so that might run us a little bit late, but we'll be there at some point. We were there late last night, and we'll be here late again tonight if we have to be. Tawana is here tomorrow morning with another forecast update on Sunrise. Brian will be here with his Good Morning blog as well as we look ahead to this hot week and a decent Labor Day weekend forecast to come. Kind of a mixed bag, especially early, but you'll get at least one, probably 2 dry days in there as we get closer to Labor Day. Hard to believe we're already talking about it. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you all for watching as always. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a wonderful week ahead. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Take care of your loved ones. And take care of those furry friends as well. You'll see me again tonight on Wave News at 11 after football. Good night, everybody.